Hello kids. Today you will listen the story of Kaliya and Dhenuka. The king of the serpents bowed down to Lord Krishna. Kaliya, I have decided to spare your life, Lord Krishna said. Kaliya and his wives started to thank Lord Krishna. Do not thank me, for it is my nature to spare the lives of those who truly repent for their evil ways. As you have accepted defeat at my hands, I must spare your life. My lord, you have defeated even me, the mighty Kaliya. You are feared by the demon king Kansa as well, said the frightened snake. You will know me by my mercy and compassion, but there is a price for your release. Are you willing to pay it? Asked Lord Krishna, knowing that he had no choice but to accept the condition. Kaliya said, Yes, my lord. I will accept any condition that you place before me so that I may secure my release. Lord Krishna decided to rid river Yamuna of Kaliya. Kaliya, you must leave the waters of Yamuna river forever. You cannot remain here and poison these waters. The passers by, birds, as well as trees are suffering the ill effects of the venom you spread in the water, said Lord Krishna. Hearing this, the mighty Kaliya started to weep. This is my home, O Lord. If I go back to the mighty ocean, Garuda will not spare me, my wives, or even my fellow snakes. Kaliya cried out in his misery. Lord Krishna sensed that Kaliya's misery was indeed deep. He said, Do not fear, Kaliya. The mark of my feet on your hood will protect you from the wrath of Garuda when you reach the mighty ocean. Hearing this, Kaliya was relieved. He understood that true power is full of compassion and love. Kaliya realized that the divine forces had blessed him through his encounter with Lord Krishna. Kaliya's wives, his family, and relatives began to thank Lord Krishna. Kaliya said, I am leaving the waters of the Yamuna with a blessing, all because of your mercy, O Lord. Now I can return to the mighty ocean where I belong. His duel with Lord Krishna had led to Kaliya's defeat, but Lord Krishna's compassion filled the serpent's king heart with peace. Kaliya and his wives, along with all the other snakes, returned to the mighty ocean. Once they left, the waters of river Yamuna were purified and freed of poison. Lord Krishna then returned to the shore where Yashoda, Nanda, and Balrama, along with many people from Vrindavan, were standing, seeing the defeat of the mighty serpent and his snakes at the hands of Lord Krishna. The gopis let out loud cheers. The cowherds at Vrindavan would often long for fruits from the tala trees in the grove. They also wish they could leave their cattle there to graze. But this was not possible because a Daitya demon named Dhenuka lived there. Dhenuka was a demon who looked almost like a donkey but ate a deer's meat. He lived in the Tala groves with his fellow Daityas. He was evil and ferocious. One day, the cowherds requested Krishna and Balrama to get fruit from the Tala grove. Do not worry, my fellow cowherds, Krishna and I will soon get the fruits, said Balrama. Be careful, Balrama. The evil demon Dhenuka, who lives there with his fellow Daityas, kicks anyone who enters the Talagrove. Warned the cowherds. Lord Krishna merely smiled at this, for he knew that the reason he was entering the grove was that Dhenukasura was about to die. Balarama and Lord Krishna entered the Tala grove. I appeared deserted. Both of them picked fruits from the trees. Suddenly, one of the fruits fell to the ground with a loud thud. The sound of the falling fruit broke the uneasy silence in the grove. This alerted demon Dhenuka who guarded the grove. The two turned around to the sound of his thudding hoofs as he came charging out. The ugly body of Dhenukasura was a hideous sight to behold. More terrifying was the angry hatred in his eyes as he charged towards Lord Krishna and Balarama. How dare you enter my grove, you foolish boys! I will destroy you, shouted the angry demon. As Dhenukasura ran towards them, Lord Krishna merely smiled as he stood fearless. Dhenukasura reached Balarama first and tried to kick him. Balarama lifted him up in his hands. He then hurled the demon against the rocks and destroyed him.